So here's a step-by-step guide on how you're gonna quit smoking or vaping nicotine if you want to, for free in this video right now. You don't have to wait 2 minutes in for no information. That's so easy to understand that it's almost impossible to not quit if you want to. And I know my audience, so I just wanna let you know it's a slightly longer video, so if you need to stim, walk around, do your laundry, do what you need to, but just trust me, it's worth listening to. And I would strongly recommend not skipping any steps, because if you do, then it might not work. So let's not wait any longer. Let's go ahead and talk about the first step. We're gonna wanna bring some self-awareness to the situation. So step number one is getting out a piece of paper and a pen and starting to ask yourself some questions. These questions are, do I even wanna quit? Why do I wanna quit? What is keeping me from quitting? Have I tried to stop in the past? What stopped me from quitting in the past? What brought me back to smoking or vaping if I did come back? And what are my fears about quitting this time around? But I also want you to write down, why do you currently smoke? What do you think the benefits of you smoking or vaping are right now? Write it all down. If you have some extra questions you want to ask yourself, go ahead and do that. But let's talk about step 2 now. You're going to want to pick a day that you think that you might want to quit. I would strongly suggest picking a 2 to 5 day period where you know that you don't have a whole lot of responsibilities, or if you do have any responsibilities, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort and brain power. And this is because you're going to want to give yourself time to adjust to this change. Number 3, and I cannot stress how important this step is, and I want to emphasize that I don't get any money for promoting this, it just works. Listen to the audiobook by Alan Carr called The Easy Way to Quit. They also have one called The Easy Way to Quit Vaping. And I cannot stress this enough. Listen to the audiobook all the way through. And before you freak out, they tell you at the beginning of the audiobook that you don't have to quit smoking. In fact, they encourage you to keep smoking or vaping while you listen to the audiobook. And if you have Spotify Premium, you can listen to up to 15 hours of any type of audiobook that they have, and they do have that audiobook for free per month. And I would strongly recommend listening to that audiobook when you go outside to smoke a cigarette, when you smoke your cigarettes, when you start vaping, because it conditions your mind to think of that book every time you start smoking. Anyway, the next step. This step is probably something that you should be doing throughout this process. I would strongly recommend finding a therapist, a coach, a free support group online, whoever you need to, so that you can have somebody to talk to about this experience, to talk to about the feelings and the emotions that are going to come up. I would just really strongly recommend that, as well as writing down hobbies that you enjoy, or hobbies that you might want to try, or movies that you want to watch, TV shows that you want to watch, music that you want to listen to, albums that you want to listen to, different art projects that you might want to start. But find a lot of things to do that might take a lot of time, because I tell you, whenever you quit smoking or vaping, you are going to, 1, get so much more of your energy back, and 2, get so much more of your time back. And if you do not know what to do with that time, and you don't know what to do with that energy, you are going to drive yourself insane. I'd also recommend figuring out different exercises that you can do per day, because since you have all of this energy, your brain is going to want to exert it, and it really helps get that dopamine and all these happy, feel-good hormones coming back up, especially since you're going to be crashing a little bit from the nicotine withdrawal. Definitely try to exercise every single day, even if it's just walking around the block. But also make sure to balance this out by just giving yourself time to rest and rot and being okay with that. I'd also recommend getting into a practice of journaling and talking to yourself, and really trying to give yourself that compassion, that care, that patience, that support. Talk to your friends, your partner, your support system, whoever, and tell them that you're going to quit, and just ask them for a little bit more patience, support, love, kindness. And I cannot stress this enough, start a daily practice of regulating your nervous system and getting back into your body. Some things that help you get back into your body are cold exposure, singing, dancing, any type of body somatics. And regulating your nervous system isn't just doing yoga or breath work or meditating. You can spend intentional time petting your dog or your cat. You can go for a small walk or a hike. Cold exposure, journaling, painting, drawing, writing. There's a million different ways to regulate your nervous system. Just look them up. This might not be the healthiest option, but it definitely helped me, is the fact that nicotine is a stimulant. So what I did is, the first week that I quit smoking, I jacked myself up on coffee as much as I could. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend that, because when you get more sleep, you feel a lot better. But hey, ball is life. So now that I've given you the steps, let me give you a little bit of an idea of what this is going to look like. Okay, so you're sitting around, you're considering quitting, you take out a piece of paper, you start asking yourself, why would I want to quit? What has kept me from quitting? So on and so forth. And then you get on Spotify or wherever you get your audiobooks and you look up Alan Carr's The Easy Way to Quit. You start to listen to that a little bit. It starts to motivate you a little bit more, and you start telling yourself, you know, I think I might actually want to quit. You take out your planner and you find 2 to 5 days where you don't have as much responsibility. You take out your phone and you research free support groups or a therapist or a coach if you don't already have those things. You go to ChatGPT or you look up on a search engine and figure out different ways to regulate your nervous system. You print that out or save that. And then you do a brainstorm on different activities that you enjoy doing or activities that you might enjoy doing, and then figure out different shows or movies or music that you want to listen to. You write down your support system and maybe you tell those people, or you don't. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. And I would strongly recommend going to the store before you quit and stocking up on convenience items and different things that you could eat really easily, different things that you could drink. So that way you don't even have to go to the store during this time period that you plan on quitting. I would also recommend getting different toys or things to fidget with, different things to chew to substitute the stimming that vaping or smoking provides you. So gum, fidget spinners, just anything to kind of keep your mouth and fingers and maybe even legs occupied so that you can be doing something and not getting so anxious when you're sitting or in a social situation or something like that. And you start listening to the audiobook, Easy Way to Quit or Easy Way to Quit Vaping by Alan Carr. And you do this every time that you vape and every time that you smoke and every time that you decide that you need to do a chore around the house. And you listen to that audiobook all the way through, even though it's repetitive, for the next day to 3 days. And remember, you listen to it all the way through. As you do this, you're regulating your nervous system, you're journaling, you're supporting yourself, you're watching your favorite TV shows, you're going on walks, you're making sure to keep yourself active. And maybe you're drinking some coffee while you're at it. Definitely make sure to stay hydrated throughout this entire experience. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the first 3 days are gonna be a little bit tough. But if you can convince yourself to get past those 3 days, lie to yourself, tell yourself that you have a surgery and the doctor told you that if you smoked, then you'd have complications, whatever you need to do to get yourself through that 3-day hump, then you're golden. And I'm not saying that it's not gonna be hard after that, but that audiobook will have convinced you so thoroughly that you don't wanna smoke or vape anymore that I promise you that even though there might be a part of you that still wants to smoke or vape, you're gonna be like, nah, I would just rather do something else. And continue to keep up with the therapy, the support groups, the journaling, the exercising, the habits, the hobbies that you want to step into. Because like I said, the longer that you go not smoking or vaping, the more you're gonna start feeling your emotions, your feelings, you're gonna start reconnecting with yourself. You might feel that anxiety, you might feel that fear, you might have trauma or issues that you've been suppressing for a very long time pop up, but if you're actually advocating for yourself, supporting yourself and being compassionate, then you can address those things, because you have to understand a lot of the reason why so many people smoke and vape is to suppress those parts of themselves and just tell themselves to shut up. And you're finally giving yourself the chance to be your full authentic self without like harming yourself every single day. And again, I'm not judging by any means. I smoked for a very long time. And I'm also a huge supporter of harm reduction. So if you need to smoke for a while you figure everything out, I totally understand it. I'm just saying that when you're ready, if you're ever ready to stop smoking or vaping, you can come back to this video and you can try it out. And it's probably gonna take about a month before everything levels out and you get used to this new energy and feelings and whatnot, but I promise you that you're gonna level out and it's gonna become your new normal. Anyway, I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You got this and it's worth it. Anyway, you're an amazing person and I hope you have the best day.